What's good with you guys, man? It's Grind Life Productions back at it again with another video. I hope you guys have been doing good. I hope you guys been taking care of yourselves, and most importantly, I hope you guys have been taking care of your mindsets. Because what you got to understand is that even though being pure, being a righteous individual, it seems difficult, it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I personally believe that there's a war on pure people. There's a war on righteous individuals because of all of the negativities that you see on the media. That's why, I think it's a good thing to just be like away from the phones for like a certain period of time, because it's like, bro, all of this crazy stuff that I see online, it's just so overstimulating, and I get tired of seeing it, and I just need to give myself a break. And it's just so much, like, literally after I'm done doing all this work, I'm going outside, I'm gonna just go play some basketball. Like, I don't even care, bro. I just gotta get out of here. I gotta get away from this phone, because even though I post these videos all the time, that still doesn't mean like I don't see all this crazy stuff going on the media. Like, it's everywhere. It's on YouTube, it's on Instagram, it's on TikTok. So it's like you could say, oh yeah, stay away from this app, stay away from that app. It's everywhere. You can't get away from it. You can't get away from it. Yeah, you could block it. Those are good like strategies to use and stuff, but it's always gonna be there. But I feel like the most important thing is to just, keep your purity intact, keep on walking that righteous path, because it's a battle. It's a battle every single day. Every single day. Like, it doesn't get easier, it just gets tougher and tougher, but you got to overcome that. I got a verse for you guys. Because today's topic is there's a war on righteous individuals. So yeah, where is it? Okay, got it right here. All right, so the war on purity. Now, this is from the book of Proverbs. I believe it's chapter 14, verse 32. So, yeah. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteousness have hope in his death. So, I'm gonna read that one more time, because this is powerful. You guys may not understand this just yet, but I'm gonna break it all down for you, because I feel like I got I got like a pretty good understanding of this verse. The wicked is driven away in his wickedness, but the righteous have hope in his death. So pretty much like what that's telling me, like a person who's always doing like crazy stuff, a person who's always damaging themselves, a person who is just, doing things that don't even benefit themselves, like, like participating in this hookup culture, always smoking, drinking like every single day, nonstop. Like, I understand once every blue moon, but you doing this every single day. Like, you can't stop multiple times in a day. It's so crazy, man. I feel bad for these people. And it's like they drive themselves into like a deep hole. And it's like that hole, they dug it. They dug their own grave, essentially. And that grave is so deep to the point where they can't even get out of it. They're just stuck. Well, in reality, they're not stuck, but like in their mind, they're stuck. You may see these people, and you may see that they actually have the potential to break free. You may see that they have the potential to, get out of that situation. But the way they are on the inside, they did so much to the point where they just don't see the point of it anymore. So it's like you kind of numb yourself to the pain. You kind of numb yourself to like all the negativities, to the point where you don't even see nothing wrong with it. You just accepting it for what it is. You say, you know what, this is life, and I guess it is what it is, so I'm gonna just keep on doing it. I'm gonna just keep on sinning. But honestly, all this sin is just destroying us. It's just destroying our character. It's destroying our minds. It's making us think in wicked ways, and it's not even funny, honestly. It's not even funny. It's like, really, we got to break out of this. We really have to break out of this. We really got to make a change, because the change starts with us. We might want the world to change, but it's not just going to happen like that. It's not going to happen like that. This has to be a personal thing. People have to want to change. People got to want to change. because you could be in the most down bad situations and you may think there's no way out, but if you actually want to change, you're going to do all that you need to do to get out of that. And I feel like, having faith in the Lord, that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing, because it's like, yo, that's all we got. That's all we got. When everybody else leaves you, God is all you have left. When your parents leave, when your siblings leave, when your girlfriend, boyfriend leaves, your friends leave, who else do you have? It's just you and God. It's just you and God. So I feel like we just can't get down to that point where, you know what, everybody walked away, so I'm just here by myself. Remember, God is still there with you. He's still there with you. Just because you can't see him, it doesn't mean he's not there. It doesn't mean he's not there. He's with you every step of the way. Everything that you do, when you go to work, when you go to school, when you go outside, when you go to these parties, when you're having fun, he's still there with you at all times. At all times, when you just having conversations with your family, he's still there with you. He never left. He never left. Now, you may have strayed so far away from God to the point where you feel like he just left you and abandoned you. No, your heart is just hardened. And I know there's a verse in the Bible that talks about hardened hearts. Like, they talk about how it's so difficult to come back to the kingdom if, like, your heart is just so numb and it's just been overtaken with sin. That's why, like, yo, it's important to just ask God to just remove all impurities from us, because being pure and righteous is the only way to live. It's the best way to live. Doing the right thing is the best way to live. Showing up for people who show up for you is the best way to live. Doing right by people, the best way to live. We don't got to deceive people anymore. We don't have to deceive people. We never had to deceive anybody. We never had to deceive anybody. We was probably in a young state of mind, and we made some mistakes. But now it's time to learn from those mistakes. And now it's time to get better. Now it's time to step up. Now it's time to show up. Can we show up? Can we show up? Can we please just make a change? Can we please just stop putting ourselves through all of this nonsense? Can we please stop this? Can we stop it? Can we stop it? We can. We can. We just gotta want it to stop. We gotta want it to stop. I got a point. Just because others are struggling, it doesn't mean you have to. Just because other people are struggling, it doesn't mean you gotta struggle. Stop sabotaging yourself. Just because things are going well for you and you get bored, it doesn't mean you need to sabotage yourself. It doesn't mean you need to sabotage yourself. Yeah, you could relax. Yeah, you could hang out with friends. Yeah, you could talk to other people, but you don't got to do all this crazy stuff, bro. You don't got to do all this crazy stuff, because remember what it did to you in the past. Remember what all these crazy situations that you thinking about getting into did to you in the past. Just remember, think back. Sometimes we got to reflect back on what we went through so we don't go through it again, because we may be tempted. The devil tempts us. But we can't listen to that. God will never tempt you to do anything. That's why God is literally the get out of jail free card every time. Every time you're going through lustful temptations, God is always there to get you out. He's always there to bail you out, because it's just, bro, he's just so pure to the point where even committing that act, it doesn't even make sense. You don't even want to do it. You don't even want to do it because there's no point in doing it. There's no point at all. At all. So let's be strong. Let's not sabotage ourselves. I used to sabotage myself all the time. I still sabotage myself to this day. To this day, I still sabotage myself. I still put myself in dumb situations. Why did I just do that to myself? I don't know why. And then I'm over here regretting it. I'm tired of going through that pain. I don't want to go through that anymore. It just gets old after a while. It's like, bruh, can we stop? Like, can I just get better? Like, can I just elevate in my life? Because I don't feel like I can elevate if I'm still doing the same stuff. How can I elevate if I'm still stuck in the same situation? How can I elevate if I'm still stuck in the same cycle? I'm not going to elevate. I'm not going to go up. I'm going to stay the same. Because I refuse to change. And that's the thing. That's the cold hard truth. We refuse to change.
Why are we refusing to change? Because we're comfortable? Because we're comfortable in this lifestyle? No, sometimes we got to get outside of our comfort zone. We're not going to be comfortable all the time. Being comfortable is not bad, but when it's actually holding you back, that's when it could be bad. Because then you're going to want things to be like that all the time, but it's never going to be like that all the time. Things are going to change. My next point, purity isn't just a lifestyle, it's spiritual alignment. When you're doing things right by Christ, when you're actually being a good individual, you are aligned. You are aligned with God. You're aligned with God. You're aligned with positivity. So positive things are going to come to you. But when you align yourself with negativity, you're doing negative things, all negative things are going to come to you. You see, I see this game like an analyst. I see how it is. I see how things are going. So I know if I show up, if I do the right thing every single day, it may take some time, but that's all right. I'm going to get what's mine eventually. I'm all right with taking my time. I'm all right with being patient. I got nothing wrong with that. I got nothing against that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. It's just going to take a little bit of time. And I'm not in no rush at all. Because I know I'm growing. I know this is a journey that I'm on. So you know what? I'm going to trust the process. And I feel like some of us, we fail to trust the process. We know we're going through the process, but we just don't want to wait. This is such a microwave generation. We're literally at the point where we can't watch a video longer than 20 seconds. It's like, bro, that's bad. That's seriously bad. Everybody has such a short attention span. Everybody wants stuff in the short term. Nobody wants to wait for things. Nobody wants to wait for good quality information. Nobody wants to read. Nobody wants to do the research on their own. They just want to be spoon-fed. Everybody's so spoiled. And I'm spoiled too. I'm trying to get out of that. But you know what? I'm proud of that though. So I got to pat myself on the back. Hold on. I got to pat myself on the back. Matter of fact, you guys pat yourself on the back too, because if you're trying to get better, pat yourself on the back, because most people are not trying. Most people are not trying at all. Most people just don't care. Most people already accepted life for what it is for them. They already accepted it. They're living a false illusion. We don't need to live a false illusion. All we need to do is do the right thing. Following God is doing the right thing. Meditating on his word is doing the right thing. Talking with him is doing the right thing. Being honest is doing the right thing. Doing right by people is doing the right thing. Helping people out, that's doing the right thing. Let's stop being so selfish all the time, man. Let's let that go. We got to get rid of that. Because when you're guided by righteousness, there's hope no matter what. There's always going to be hope when you're guided by God, when you're guided by Jesus, when you follow his steps, when you follow his word, when you really listen to him, when you really keep his commandments, there's always hope. No matter what anybody says to you, no matter what all these people on YouTube are saying to you, saying, oh yeah, this is not going to work, that's not going to work. No, if God put that on your heart, you got to find a way to make it work. You got to find a way to make it work. And if you don't know the way, pray to God. Ask him for knowledge. Ask him for help. You guys are acting like you don't know how to ask for help. Ask him. Literally say, God, please help me. I need you. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm confused. And try to figure it out. He's not going to give you a direct answer, but he's going to give you ideas. He's going to give you ideas once he sees that you're trying. He's going to give you ideas once he sees that you're putting in the work. He'll give you everything you need, but you got to ask. How can you expect to get certain things out of this life if you don't ask for it? That's a gem. How can you expect to get what you want out of this life if you don't ask for it? How? Some of you guys want to blow up on social media, but you didn't even ask God for that. Did you ask God for that? No, you guys just went on just trying to do the work. Say, oh yeah, I see this guy doing it, I'm trying to do it. But you ain't asking for it though, and you wonder why it's not working out. You wondering why you losing so much drive. You wondering why you losing so much motivation. You're relying on motivation to get your so-called dream done. Once you ask God for something, you don't need motivation because you know what's coming. All you got to do is just keep on putting in the work until it happens. Like days can go by. Bro, I'm literally about to be on day 70. I'm literally about to be on day 73 until I get monetized. And I know I'm going to get monetized. But at that point, it's like, bro, I don't lose motivation with this. I just keep on showing up like it's nothing. So you don't need motivation for this when you got God. Motivation is so it's so temporary. It's so temporary. That's why I love inspiration. God inspires me to do better. He inspires me to do better. But yeah, man, that's all, bro. It's remain pure, remain righteous. You're doing the right thing. It's tough out here, but we gotta neglect like all these negativities. We gotta let it all go. Let it all go and be great. But yeah, with that being said, follow me on Instagram at grind_CJ27 and follow me on TikTok at Grind Life Productions and also follow my other TikTok at Grind Life Gaming. With that being said, this has been Grind Life Productions and we signing out. Peace.